I'm Joanna Nelius, the senior editor of electronics at Reviewed, which is a part of the USA Today network. And today I am going to be talking about the latest Razer Blade 14. So inside of the Razer Blade 14, you are getting a host of really fast current gen hardware. So you have an AMD Ryzen 9 6900HX, you have Nvidia RTX 3700 Ti plus integrated graphics from AMD. You have 16 gigs of RAM, which is the newest RAM standard, DDR5. You have a terabyte of SSD space, and you have a 14-inch 1440p display. It's an IPS panel. It has FreeSync Premium, and the refresh rate is 165 hertz. There are different configurations. You get the same processor in every single one, but as far as graphics cards go, you can choose from an RTX 3060, an RTX 3070, or an RTX 3080 Ti graphics card. Obviously, the higher the card, the more expensive the laptop is going to get. If you get the lower end model with the 3060 in it, the display only has a refresh rate of 144 hertz instead of the 165. And the cheapest unit retails for $2,000, while the one that we reviewed retails for 2,600. And then of course, if you go super big and get the one with the 3080 Ti, that retails for a whopping $3,500. But what we like, or really what I love about this laptop, are a couple of things. One is the battery life. Most gaming laptops aren't so great in the battery department. There have been a lot of strides made with that recently. So instead of the 6 hours of battery life the previous Blade 14 got, this one you get 7 hours. Not 7 hours of gaming, not 7 hours of streaming movies and checking email and social media and all of that good stuff. But 7 hours is a fantastic length of time for a gaming laptop. Next up of what I really like about this laptop, the vibrant display. I already mentioned that it is an IPS panel with a maximum resolution of 100 or of 1440p. But I mean, that's all well and good, but when you turn it on, everything just pops. Games with a lot of different color, like Cyberpunk 2077. Oh my gosh, the blacks look super inky. All of the neon signs, everything is just so rich and vibrant. And that is pretty much any media, any film, any TV show, any game you want to play on this laptop. Everything just looks fantastic. The keyboard is actually pretty great for a non-mechanical one. It's technically a membrane, which just means each key doesn't have an individual switch to send the input through all the components so the computer can do which job. I would even say they are basically as quiet as a MacBook Pro. Its keyboard with its scissor switches, but it has an excellent, just super basic layout. It's super fun to type on, and if you're gaming, those keys are gonna have like a nice crisp, like springy feel to it. So yeah, you are definitely going to get that reaction time. So the Blade 14 also has good gaming performance. It's not going to break any records because the graphics card power draw is capped at 100 watts, which I will get into in just a bit. With that said, this laptop is going to crank out very high gaming frame rates, especially if you like playing esports. So Apex Legends, Fortnite, Overwatch, or if you like MOBAs like League of Legends, this machine is guaranteed to get you into the hundreds, if not close to 160 frames per second, depending on your graphic settings. Nothing is perfect. So there are a couple things that you need to know about the Razer Blade 14 before you rush out and buy it. Razer, I wish there was better audio on this laptop. It's kind of been indicative of this line for a little bit, but if you're looking for a laptop with a really great sound system that has like deep, heavy, rich bass sounds, that doesn't sound tinny or anything like that, this is not the laptop you are looking for. Also, another quirk that I had with it was using the trackpad. Normally for multi-finger gestures, if you're swiping up or down to scroll through a page, you can kind of like swipe your fingers at an arc and the laptop will still register like, oh, you're still trying to swipe up and down. Unfortunately, the Razer, you have to actually swipe your fingers exactly up and down for it to register that you're trying to scroll through a page, which is actually kind of uncomfortable because instead of having your elbows tucked into your sides and you're scrolling like in this direction, at least for me, I had to like physically move my elbow up like this while I'm sitting down and like scroll perfectly up and down. The processor and the other components, but especially the processor, it heats up so much. Just be wary because if you're constantly running this machine at hot heats, not only is that going to wear down your computer components over time, but also it makes the chassis very, very hot too. You're not going to feel any heat over like the WASD keys because that kind of makes sense. If this is a gaming laptop, you don't want to like singe your fingers towards the right side of the keys is where you're going to get most of that heat. The surface temps get up to 50 degrees Celsius, which is about 122 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you're very sensitive to heat, that, might sting a little bit. It's not going to injure you, but just be wary that this is not the kind of laptop you want to put on your lap while you are gaming. If you're just using it for emails and things like that or video calls, you can put it on your lap. That is absolutely fine. So overall, there are some really, really great pros with the Razer Blade 14. Superb battery life, a vibrant display, a really nice keyboard, and good gaming performance. Cons that you need to watch out for: still has lackluster audio, the trackpad could be more precise, and it definitely runs hot. So fingertips beware. So with all of that said, should you buy it? I mean, if you're okay with dropping a chunk of cash down, even on the lower end model for 2K, I mean, Razer has nailed the design of it. It is known for having quality and premium features. So it is definitely like money well spent. It's not for everybody, but you should at least consider it for sure. So if you want to learn more about this laptop, you can go ahead and check out our full review in the tech section /laptops on review.com, and you'll find a bunch of other coverage there as well, from gaming laptops to gaming desktops, PC components, and a bunch of other guides to help you tinker with all the electronics in your life. So again, check us out on review.com, and thanks for watching.